Nearly 40 people have been arrested in the worst violence to hit Dundee's troubled Timex plant. During numerous scuffles throughout the day, a number of police officers were injured.
Many of those involved in the incidents, which have been widely condemned, are understood to have come from outside the Tayside area. The bitter dispute has entered its 90th day, meaning management can now selectively re-employ workers.
As expected, it was the biggest mass picket yet. Around 3,000 gathered at the factory gates. They'd travelled from all over Britain. A major police presence, around 500 officers, awaited. But if the demonstrators' objective was to hold up the buses carrying replacement workers, there was a surprise in store. The buses passed through the factory gates 1 hour earlier than normal, Timex say for safety reasons. At the time, there were around 1,000 demonstrators outside, and several were arrested in the ensuing melee. Trouble broke out again at around 8 o'clock amidst rumours that cars carrying Timex staff were about to arrive in convoy style. Protesters surged forward at a number of points. Police made several arrests as tempers flared. 2 officers were injured, but not seriously. Some minutes passed before the situation calmed. Miners' leader Arthur Scargill then arrived to lend his support. He criticised the police and leaders of the engineering union who'd called him the captain of the Titanic.
I'm certain this fight can be won, and if trade union leaders would stop imploring me not to attend the picket line and instead call out their members on strike, this dispute would have been won in 24 hours.
An estimated 4,000 to 5,000 took part in a march past the factory towards a rally in nearby Camperdown Park. But at one stage there was a further violent clash between police and a section of demonstrators, and more arrests took place. At the rally, sacked shop stewards convener John Kidd Jr. said the Timex dispute would not turn into a defeat like Wapping. No workers would break ranks, he said, and return to work if a job was offered, unless all went back. Arthur Scargill was again critical of some in the trade union movement.
There are still those in our movement who don't yet understand that this is not merely a fight about workers at Timex, or a fight to save 31 pits, or a fight against the proposals of British Rail. This is a fight on behalf of trade unionists to ensure that no longer are they treated as 10th-rate citizens in Europe.
Inside the factory, Peter Hall deplored picket line violence, but was adamant that Timex was building a new future, though the company admitted that around 30 staff didn't make it to work today.
As all through this, we've been concentrating on getting on with our future and realising what we saw was an upturn in the second half of this year. That's what we've been doing. We've recruited now 270 new employees. We expect recruiting another 230 over the next 4 or 5 months to meet the demand that we see. And in point of fact, we expect to be starting new contracts at a value of about £5 million towards the end of June. So things for us are looking brighter.
Today was a crucial day. It's 90 days since the strike began. Now Timex can selectively rehire people who've been dismissed. They'll be revealing their policy on that tomorrow.